Thank you for joining us today. My name is Elle McFeeters, and I'm joined by
Reed Cunningham.
This is Voice Podcast, which is designed for you and gives you an inside look on all things being a student at St. Lawrence College entails. If you hear something you like, or you have a topic idea, guest suggestion, or anything else that relates to this podcast, please let us know. You can call our extension 1677. Like us, leave a comment, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple
Everything.
Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. Today we're going to be talking about living a healthy lifestyle, focusing mainly on nutrition, I would say, with Peggy. She'll be our guest for today.
We'll be talking a lot about, nutrition, mental health, and just sort of changing your routine and just overall, as you said, living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, so we're joined by Peggy. Peggy, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do in the college?
Sure. Peggy Brogaard, second year fitness and health promotion student. I'm a senior mature student. I'm a mature student. I came to the college after about 28 and a half years of the military.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reinvigorating. The reality is, I have no idea what I want to do when I grow up.
Right.
So this is kind of a step forward into that.
Forward.
So what's the thing that sparked you to come here specifically or to this program? Or
The end state is therapeutic recreation, and fitness and health is a feeder program into therapeutic rec. But honestly, I did not want to have to wear corporate clothes to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to have to wear a uniform every day. So it was like, what kind of job could I do that I get to wear gym gear all day?
Yeah.
Fitness and health.
Perfect.
It's very good gym gear. It's very expensive gym gear. But again, because I've done 28 years in the military with uniform. So I just want to be comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you find that you express yourself through your clothes? We've talked about this with a few guests, so I'm curious.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think everybody has their own sense of style.
Right.
But it would be interesting to see what people perceive me as with regards to what I wear. Like I'm not a clothes shopper.
Me neither.
I tend to
at all.
stick
I
to
am.
the same things. Like I have no idea what's in fashion. I shop at a certain store and I do it online, and I know that I can order whatever at whatever size it's going to fit, and then I'm done. I hate shopping.
Yeah. Shopping can be very stressful. I know I have to try on like half the store just to find like 4 things I like.
I'm in, out 5
Yeah,
minutes. I
see?
see one thing, I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
I
Bye.
don't even shop for Christmas, and it's all online. It
Yeah.
comes to the
Online
house.
has changed the
Yeah,
game for sure.
absolutely.
Sure.
So that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Nice.
Awesome. I really like that. So do you have kind of a funny or cool story about either your time here at college or just out there in the real world?
So my first year at the college, there was more observing because, again, coming from a military background, everything has an order. So those first couple of weeks or couple of months in the college, I thought it was chaotic. Something as simple as going up the stairs. I do not understand why you just can't stick to the right. Right?
So true.
Stick to the right going up, stick to the right
You
going
got to kind
up.
of zigzag your way through that.
And texting on the stairs. Like that should be like a serious no-no. That's like a major health violation. You should be like stopped.
Yeah.
And one of the advantages of being the age that I'm at, I tend to say that, where it's like, you're going to fall down and hurt somebody, blah, blah, blah. Another thing that I found was funny was walking with purpose versus lollygagging. I don't understand why people have to kind of walk 4 across and they're lollygagging like a Sunday stroll, right? And so you kind of have to maneuver in and out and look for your next location. I got to get around that person. Okay, they're walking really, really slow. I'm going to go, I can cut through that way. So I thought that was funny. And another thing I observed, which is hilarious, is I don't understand why people have conversations on their phone but speaker.
Okay.
And they're talking. It's not they have but they're talking in speakerphone. And
Right.
Really?
They can hardly hear each other. Like, hello,
Exactly.
what? What'd you
Especially
say?
in a crowded area.
Yeah.
and they're walking through the calf, or they're sitting in their calf, and you're hearing these conversations, and I'm just kind of going, oh, well, isn't I'm a people watcher.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So, but again, it's that sense of humor in it all. I have a very dry, sarcastic sense of humor. So those are things that, when you're persons with military, it's always walk with purpose.
Okay.
You're two abreast, you're never three, and it's those types of little things. And I just laugh.
So that's a huge lifestyle change for you to go from such order to just
To this.
anybody can do what they want.
I remember in class, and we have the rule, there's just no cell phones in class type thing, and even the timelines. Like I come 10 minutes early before a class, so the doors are closed like 5 minutes after class time, and then you'd have some people like strolling in after, and you're like, do you not have a watch? You have a cell phone attached to your hip. Do you not know you have to be in class?
Yeah.
It was really disruptive for me, actually. I had one class where it happened quite regularly. She was a lovely teacher, but she was new to the college, and she was very, really sweet. And she didn't want to be a bit of a hard ass to everybody. And I actually had to say to the students, you are a complete disruption to the class.
Wow.
If you don't come in on time.
Right.
But that was really hard for me. Yeah, because having such time appreciation,
For sure.
Right.
and then having people just go lollygagging without
Right.
it.
Like it's a respect thing.
It is.
Show
It's
up on
100%
time
respect thing. The same with the cell phone. So if their rule is no cell phones in class,
Yep.
then don't even take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I find that from my generation is extremely disrespectful.
Totally.
It's
Right.
disrespecting the teacher and the students.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good for you for saying something, because I know a lot of people shy away from doing that,
They
but
do.
it's true. If you just kind of say something like,
And you
hey,
have to
I'm
be
trying to
mean about
learn.
it.
Yeah, like I'm here to learn. It's
Yeah.
respectful, blah, blah,
That's
blah,
it.
right? Like
Yeah.
they might appreciate it too.
I think in this individual as well is like he wasn't doing it intentionally. It was just he wasn't even conscious, I don't think, of some of his behaviors, and he took it well. Right. So, and then he did put his cell phone away and showed up on time. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So those are the things I observed about the college.
So you've been here for about a year now.
Yeah.
So what's a hidden gem that you've found that's in the college?
This is going to sound really corny. The staff.
Wow.
I honestly have to say the staff, and that includes, the student association, all the instructors, everyone. Again, coming from the organization I did come in, everybody here, there is this truly genuine feeling of success. They want all their students to succeed. They give them the tools to succeed. They go out of their way, sometimes maybe a little too much, to help them succeed with accommodations and stuff. And I talk to everybody. And it seems to be the same feeling through all of the programs, right? Where you're coming here, and if you do the work, you show up in time, you will have that support to succeed. I think that is a huge gem for this college.
Yeah.
And was that a big change going from the military to college in terms of the staff?
I think so, because in the military, you have great staff. Don't get me wrong, and you have this massive wheel that you're moving towards certain goals. But there's always these leadership type checks in the boxes that you have to, and then with the military, you almost have to be stoic in some areas, right? Whereas I find all of that is out the window here. You have an instructor. Yes, they're your instructor. However, they're not this stoic instructor. They actually care about you. That's what I find anyway.
Right.
I know the instructors in my program are unlike any I've ever met in my life. They truly, truly care about all of their students, whether past, current, and it's nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
No, I think that's definitely a big piece of St. Lawrence College is just how supportive everyone is.
And everyone's just so happy to be here, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a positive atmosphere,
Yeah.
and they want to make sure that reflects on the students.
And
as
that's
well.
not like that in universities.
No,
Well,
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Because the profs, they come teach their class and then they're
Yeah,
gone.
it's
You
also
never hear from them.
segregated in programs,
That's
and
it.
even all the faculty that work, they just do their own thing, and they don't really think
No,
about.
and it's a business.
Yeah,
It's a huge business.
absolutely.
Okay, yes, and the college is a business as well. However, it just seems it's a business that they care about the business
Right.
itself. Right. So yeah, that would be my gem.
Awesome.
Nice.
And do you have any advice that you would give new students, continuing students, maybe mature
man.
students?
Fitness and health promotion is a program I went into because I am passionate about the whole fitness and health aspect of it. I'm not talking gym and being fit and buff stuff, but it's that balance of nutrition, mental health, mindfulness, and just living the best life that you can live at any point in your life you're at.
Wow.
So the biggest thing I think I've observed, even talking to some of the students in my program, is food. we are connected to food so much, and it changes everything. Food can be associated with depression. It can be associated with your gut issues, all of that stuff. So I think when new students are coming here, especially if you're going to live in res, you have to actually think about the food that you're going to put downrange, because it's going to affect your mood.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
A lot of the students, they will eat at the CAF. I'm not going to say anything about the CAF at all, but it's a monetary thing, so it's going to cost you $30 to $40 a day to eat your meals at the CAF, right? And then some of the other students that I know that live in res, they're also going out and spending another, say, $30, $50 a week to put their stuff in at res, right? So, and it's easy just to have peanut butter and jam sandwiches for lunch and supper. It's easy just because now you have all of these drive places that'll drop off food to you.
Right. Yeah.
So it's easy to go, okay, yeah, I'm on the meal plan. That's going to be $30 a day, but now it's for Saturday, Sunday. Now I'm just going to go spend $50 to get a meal come to the house.
Right.
And the meal is probably going to make you feel like crap anyway.
Right.
So it's, I think people undergrade nutrition and what it actually can do for the mind and the body. I think for new students, it's almost like, because we do this, the college does this great intro kind of one day, you're a new student, come before craziness happens. I personally would like to see them do a little piece on nutrition, right? Little tips and hacks of how you could eat better and perform better. And let's perform better mentally, not just physically.
Right.
With certain tips and tricks and how you can get through your semester here with regards to that.
Awesome.
Like I said, if I ruled the world, that would be one of the things I would change.
I like
with
that.
regards to that.
I would appreciate that. 'Cause it's hard, right? Because it's so much more convenient to just go to McDonald's and grab like a whole
Just
meal.
that quick thing. And sometimes even these days, when you go to those places, it takes just as long as it would to go to the grocery store and get all those nutrients
or to
that
cook
you
a
need.
5-minute meal. Like
Exactly.
that's a big one too. Is people are like, oh, I don't have time to cook.
I know.
And it's
You do.
like you
Yeah.
have time. Or
Yeah.
meal prep.
Meal prep is,
Meal
I
prepping
know.
has gotten huge.
It is huge, and it takes, maximum maybe an hour if you're smart. You can have in this res, you can have like a Instapot.
Yeah.
Right? You can have a crock pot, you can have a kettle, you can have a microwave, you can have a toaster oven. Oh my gosh, you can make so many meals, with all of those items. And my golden rule of thumb, and I learned this from my oldest boy, he was like he went through all of these phases of healthy eating. When you read the ingredients, we all need to read ingredients, but if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Right? If you can't pronounce an ingredient, then then don't eat it.
It's probably not good for you.
It's probably not, and I think we need to get back to this natural way of eating. Less processed, more organic, more local.
Right.
For sure.
And when you meal prep, you can be more conscious of that. And there's also great companies in the area that will bring food to you. They'll meal prep for you. And in some cases, it's cheaper than $30 a day.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I know of like non-local one, like there's HelloFresh.
Yeah,
and those
but you
kind of,
have to cook HelloFresh.
You do. So then I'm curious because
Yeah.
I don't know, and I would love to. Where is
Yeah.
there a local place that will bring you meal prep?
Absolutely, there is. There's
Yeah?
a couple here.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
I don't want to plug anybody, but I
Feel
would,
free.
Yeah,
Plug them all.
Hey.
I during certain times of the year with regards to school, I would get my meals from Executive Nutrition.
Okay.
Right? So they have a fantastic menu. I would go pick up once a week, or they'll deliver it, my lunches and my suppers, and they would feed me for the week, and I wouldn't have to cook.
Wow.
Because you're during exam time, and it's non-committal. You could just join for those 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there are a couple other companies that are like that, but I love the Executive Nutrition because they're local. One of the owners is a personal trainer. But those are those options that I think
Nice.
students coming into the college, they need to know those options.
For sure. Well, and like
Right.
I said, I didn't know those options,
Yeah.
and I would love to look into more local.
Absolutely.
That's
And
it.
it sounds like it's more convenient if I don't even have to cook it.
Well, it's just that concept of, when you're feeling run down, you can actually look at your diet and go, why am I feeling so crappy? Right? Oh my
Exactly.
God, I
Has to
didn't
do with
have
what you
this.
ate.
I didn't have
Yeah.
that. Or I did eat that,
Yeah.
And everybody's, drinking and partying because that's what everybody does,
Yep.
But and then, what I remember when I was doing drinking, it was I wanted a greasy breakfast and a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why did I want
Those
a
are the
greasy
things that you
breakfast
do.
and a
Yeah.
Pepsi? Because that's what my body wanted at that
Right.
time because I just spent a night drinking.
Yeah.
Right. So I think having that, tips and tricks to nutrition for a first year student, I think it's a really good platform for people to just start thinking.
Right.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the college is about planting a seed of curiosity, and then having the students follow that curiosity, right? So if we can plant those seeds of nutrition.
Because if you go on a healthy diet for a long period of time, and then you go on a night drinking per se, then you're going to crave the things that you were eating before instead of eating all those greasy meals because you were so used to eating so unhealthy for so long.
And it'll make you feel better. I think that's the one thing when I'm craving greasy foods when I'm hungover, and then I just end up getting something or making something healthy. I feel better than if I ate that greasy food.
Totally.
Like I switched it up to like spaghetti with meat sauce, right? So if I've had too much wine one night and I'm not feeling all that great, the next day for lunch I'm having like spaghetti and meat sauce.
Right.
So because it's still getting that carbs, you're getting those meats, you know. And I'm not a nutritional expert by any means. But it's just things that I have learned going through, and things I've learned from my oldest boy. And he's went through a vegan stage, he went through a vegetarian stage, and he challenged me to think of food differently. And then, of course, we had the nutrition program here first year, and she was the lady that delivered the program was a holistic nutritionist. Oh, she was mind-blowing, some of the things that we're saying. So, again, nutrition is a massive area, but I think needs to be uncomplicated.
It needs to be the convenient side of it needs to be represented more.
And like I said, the kids coming to school, they're 18, 19, and 20. Some of them are are leaving home for the very first time.
So used to their parents cooking for them.
That's
and
it. They're not knowing how to cook.
Yeah.
So having that type of program that coming through the door, at least I think this college will be doing their due diligence in educating the students.
Yeah. So what's a piece of advice that you would give a student that sort of they want to become healthy, they want to change their diet, but they're sort of having this mental block, and they need to get back into a routine because the routine of it is sort of the hardest thing. So what do you think? What would you say to get over that mental hurdle to making sure they eat healthy?
I think you hit the nail on the head with regards to routine.
Yeah.
There's comfort in routine. You know, whether you get up the same time every day, you go to bed the same time every day, you have the same thing for breakfast. There's a comfort in routine, but you will fail if you make too many changes at once.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
That's just it. So just, go for 3 weeks. I am not going to have pop for 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'm going to eliminate pop, right? Because pop is horrible. It's one of the worst ones. Sugar, that's never going to happen, right? They tell you get rid of sugar.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good
well,
luck.
sugar's in everything.
It is.
You eat fruit, and it's like, there's all my sugar for the day.
Yeah. But it's the good sugars and the bad
sugars. It's the good sugars versus the bad sugars.
Sure.
I think eliminating pop and those types of sugary drinks is the best thing you can do as this first step forward. I'm not saying eliminate your Timmy's, your coffee, just kind of watch that caffeine consumption.
Right.
If you have 3 cups of coffee a day and now you're going to have your Monster drink. Right? So
I wouldn't be sleeping for like 3 days.
Right. But
I wouldn't sleep for a week.
Those are learned things. So it's like be more conscious of what you're putting in your mouth. Like people ask me, like, what do I do with regards to I want to just eat healthier? And I say, okay, just take a normal week. Whatever you do, whatever goes in your mouth, write it on a piece of paper. Right? And then actually see what's going in your body. And then first thing, get rid of all of the fuzzy sugary drinks. And then see how you feel. But you have to log it. And that's what people don't want to do. But Lord love a duck, we've got our phones.
I was going to say, I think I have like over 50 notes of I don't even know what on my phone.
That's
so I could easily track what I'm eating.
And there's some fantastic apps out there. Like I use Lose It because it's user friendly. It's easy peasy. It has its own database of food. It puts the sugar, calories, macros, whatever the heck you're counting.
Right.
But I just use it to see what's going into my body.
Right.
Some days I realize, I had weight. Like, my body doesn't like too many carbs in the morning. Right. So it's like, now I feel that's why I'm feeling bloated because I have way too much of this stuff kind of thing. You can try to start figuring out because nutrition is very individual.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny that you say that because I even had one, but it was to track making sure I was getting the proper nutrients in general.
Yeah.
Because every time I go to the doctor, they're like, oh, you're low iron, you're low this.
Yeah.
But, obviously it's better to get those things naturally than to just take a bunch of supplements.
That's it.
That would probably kill my liver anyways.
Yeah.
So those aren't meal replacements. Those are just things you can add on.
Yeah. And then so that actually really helped me and it was really surprising.
Yeah.
because I had no idea like how much carbs and things that I was getting.
Stuff, you can actually see it. And at the end of the day, it's no judgment, right? Because there's good, better, and best when it comes to pretty much anything, nutrition included, you know? So, but nutrition, I think, is tied to so much emotional stuff. There's body shaming. There's everything with regards to nutrition. You know, there's when you're having a bad day and you're stressed out, are you a stress eater? You know, so I think there's that bit of self-discovery that also has to happen when you're looking at the food, and tracking it is your first step.
Right.
Yeah. So that's that long story short. That's what I would tell somebody.
Okay. Well, that's a good piece of advice.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So was there one moment in your life that made you really want to study nutrition, or just sort of really go into this field a lot?
Until last year, like I said, we had a fantastic instructor. She was first time a holistic nutritionist. I didn't even know what the heck a holistic nutritionist was. And I'm like 49 and I'm thinking, oh, I know about nutrition. I know about carbs. I know about macros. And I power lift as well. So I watch, what I eat when I eat it. And, but having that nutrition piece from her, honest to gosh, it was mind blowing. Some of the stuff that she would say and some of the things that we would learn. Yeah. And it's still, you're doing the research. I'm still today just doing research. Oh my gosh, this was said. What about this? And what about that? And looked at the whole naturopath types around it and holistic nutrition. Okay. So that's, I think, and it's fairly new. Like I said, I mean, I've been eating my whole life.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And like I said, and I have, my oldest boy, he went through these different phases where I would still cook for him, and now he's a vegan. And what the heck am I going to cook? How am I going to cook like a Thanksgiving dinner for a vegan and do that research? But I saw that more of an inconvenience.
Right, than an opportunity.
Right. And then I even said to him after my nutrition class, I actually said to him, I was like, well, I was in nutrition class, and she said pretty much everything you've been telling me my whole life. So, and then I remember he was saying, he says, best day of my life, Mom, was the day that you admitted I was right.
Oh.
Awesome.
And again, we just have to open our minds about certain nutrition and not be so close-minded.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I love nutrition and I'm a little bit passionate about it. Is this instructor. She was amazing.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. Yeah. May I ask, what is a holistic nutritionist? Because I don't know. Exactly. And I feel like there might be other people that don't know.
I'm a little curious too.
So there's two types of nutrition. There's a dietitian, right? Which is like Canada Food Guide, licensed, and they stick to things. They usually work with a lot of individuals who have lifestyle diseases. We're talking your diabetes and obesity and stuff. And your holistic nutrition can work with the same type of individuals, but it's more specific with regards to if you put this type of food in your body, what happens to your body. So it's keeping everything all regulated, and it's usually all natural. There is nothing, so, and each diet or program or meal plan is based individually because there's hormonal issues they're dealing with, all of that. So that's essentially what a holistic nutritionist is, keeping things natural and trying to realign your body to the most optimum point.
Cool, I like that.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not about losing weight. People do, because you're going to. Once you get rid of the toxins in your body, you are going to realign yourself. But it's about doing it in such a natural way.
Okay,
cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then on the losing weight piece, so somebody told me that it is 75 to 80% what you eat in order to lose weight. Yeah. That's how that's the majority, but I don't know.
30% is how you move, and 70% is the diet that you change.
The diet. Did you learn about that? I don't know.
No, and you know what? I think when it comes to weight loss, there's so many theories. There's so many scientific data out there. At the end of the day, it's about buy-in. It's about what you're going to buy into to get the goals that you want. Okay. Right. So I just tell people, you just need to move more. Right. We sit way too much, so just get up more, especially as students, just get up more. We sit in a class for an hour, and then we have like a 10-15 minute break, and then we have a class for another hour. You just take those little micro breaks, just eat more natural with regards to your snacks, or just read more labels.
Just be aware.
Yeah.
Just be aware.
Okay.
And when you incorporate fitness, and fitness can be many things to many different people. It's not traditional fitness where you just go to the gym or do a class.
Right.
You know, it could be running. It could be going for walks. It could be a whole bunch. It could be yoga. It could be pickleball. It could be anything. But it's adding that to your life and making that part of that routine. And then when you start making those healthier choices and you work it all together, weight is going to come up. Your body is going to shift.
Right.
You know, the weight on the scale, first of all, I tell people throw away their scale.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
horrible. Take a tape. If you want to know your progression, measure.
Yeah.
Check how your clothes are doing.
Right,
And unless you have a specific illness that you're following a dietitian on, do you really need to know your body fat content?
Yeah.
Because will you be gaining weight in muscle?
That's
you
it.
could be gaining weight in so many other
There's
areas.
so many-
There's water weight. There's so many different
I know,
things.
there
Yeah,
is.
I
And
learned that a
it's going
long
to
time
fluctuate
ago.
all up and
all
down.
the
Yeah.
time.
So many
And
times.
it's so, again, it's that emotional connection where, oh my gosh, I'm up half a pound, or I'm up 2 ounces, and then
Right.
you're like, oh, it's horrible. It's the same way when you have like a crappy food weekend where it's like, oh, I've had pizza and chicken wings, I'm done now, I might as well just throw it all away.
You give it up
Right.
right away.
You give it up
Yeah.
right away,
Yeah.
So, but again, if you just kind of suck it back and going, okay, that self-compassion, I think with fitness and nutrition, you have to practice a lot more self-compassion.
Sort of long-term thinking as opposed to
Yeah.
the short-term.
Yes.
And the wanting to be healthy, right? Not necessarily.
Here's a funny story. So military, you get a pension, right? So, I have a pension. I've done 28 years of service. We do crazy stuff in the military. We do not look after our bodies well, high stress level, blah, blah, blah. Yay, now I can retire. Oh, but my body's broken, right? So, and my health is horrible. So that's the message for the young kids. It's like, start now, because when you get to a point where you want to retire, you want to be able to do the things that you want to do
for
with
sure.
the least amount of pain, to do them.
Totally.
So look after your body, come up with some kind of fitness plan that's going to work for you, that you can have that buy-in for, because it's something that you need to do as you get older and never, ever, ever give up. Right? Because ideally, you still want to be moving when you're a senior.
Yeah, I think people forget about that, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, when I retire, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and it's like, are you going to be able to?
Yeah.
That's
Do you
it.
even know
To
how
be
you're going to
able.
feel at that age?
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many, like with military, there's so many friends of mine that have back and knee injuries. One of my best friends, she has really bad knees to the point where they recommended knee replacement for her.
Wow.
She's very young. She's in her early 50s, and she loves to be active, but she has constant knee pain. So she just relocated here. And I remember saying to her, I said, go get yourself a trainer, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get injections, da, da, da. I said, go get yourself a personal trainer before, do the injections. Absolutely. But try a personal trainer. She's seeing a personal trainer out in Perth. And she's like, I can't believe how my knee pain has been reduced because of this personal trainer,
Right.
with regards to working on certain muscle groups to help with that knee pain. So again, I pushed her for years to go see a personal trainer, and she finally went. And I'm just like, I didn't say told you so, but I'm sitting there going, I am so happy you did that for yourself.
Oh,
right?
that's very nice of you too.
So,
Well, and sometimes it's that anxiety of just getting there,
my
and then once
gosh.
you get there, then it's sort of you
there's
realize at
so
that moment.
much anxiety just to walk into a gym.
Yep.
I talk to people all the time with regards to, I want to get fit, I want to do that, but I can't walk into a gym. I am too scared.
Yeah, totally.
And that's when I said fitness is not just about going to a gym or being part of that gym club.
Yeah.
You can attack it different ways, and just baby step it. And especially in the mental health aspect, that's kind of where I want to go with the therapeutic recreation. It's a bit passionate about that whole fitness, nutrition is tied into that mental health.
For sure.
Right? And just trying to help people live the best lives they can be at that point in time and see that progression as they go forward.
I know when I started going to the gym, so I was so anxious, but the reason I was anxious was because I didn't know what I was doing. So I knew how to use maybe 4 machines, and I was tired of going in and only using those 4 machines every time I went. 'Cause I was like, this isn't working. So what I did, because unfortunately, I can't afford a personal trainer. We actually offer free personal training here
for students.
for students.
100%.
I know Planet Fitness as well. If you're a member there, they offer free training as well.
Yeah.
But I got one of my friends.
Yeah.
And I actually have a few friends in the fitness and health promotion too. And I got a friend to come help me, show me how to do different moves, different routine, like kind of got like my week down and what I like to do. And then now that I know the basics, I'm more likely to introduce new things myself.
And you could do the research yourself.
Yeah.
Right. It's just it's form, which is, and normally and especially here at the school, if you're doing something and one of the staff sees your form is not that great, you're going to hurt yourself, they will say something.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think students are taking advantage of that free personal training thing as much as they could.
No, I don't think so at all.
Because you could actually really seriously hurt yourself if you're
oh
not
my
doing it
gosh,
properly.
did you ever?
Like
if you're going to go do a deadlift or a squat and you have your form is not down, you've just screwed your back and your knees potentially
probably
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, and again, that's another thing that needs to be kind of hammered into the first year students is take advantage of the free personal training. You don't have, you're already paying for it. It's part of your student fees. Use it.
And would you say probably if you're also not eating the right nutrition, then, and if you go to the gym constantly, then you're probably going to
you're going to be dragging your ass. Yeah. So, but again, I think the more you get into that routine, the more you have that more self-awareness. I like going to the gym, but I find that, I'm not sleeping well, so my gym day is bad. I had a horrible nutrition day, so I'm not seeing the results in the gym. Right? I think you start that, once you stick to one path, whether it's the nutrition, now I'm going to go to the fitness. Whether it's the fitness, now I'm going to be more conscious of the nutrition. Now I'm going to be more conscious of my sleep because it's all tied together. You just got to pick a path and start being more aware of it. And then you can get your own self-awareness. And it will change your life, completely change your life.
Totally.
Yeah, it does. And it also, hey, it's nice I'm not a gym talker, unless, but it's nice to walk into the gym and you see somebody and you just go, hey, how's it going?
Right. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all. You feel like you're connected.
Right. Yeah. Even just in the smallest way.
For sure. The Shack is great for that too, because you see people from your own program, other programs. Like you do start to build.
It's a smaller gym than compared to a lot of others. So it's
And there are, like I said, for people who want to pay for gym memberships, there are a few really nice niche gym memberships. You know, but when you're a student at the college, why pay?
Right. And that was me. I was with Planet Fitness. Yeah. And then once I started college, I honestly was like, I don't need to pay for this.
No.
I like the Y. I like to swim sometimes. So it's like, I'm just going to.
And when you're at college, it's all about your nickels and dimes.
For sure.
Right? It's all about making that budget work.
Yep.
And trying to have a life, even though you're on a budget.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Any of the students that are listening, go to the Shack and get a personal trainer.
Yes.
Perfect.
100%.
They might even give you a T-shirt that says "Get Jacked in the Shack."
Oh yeah, right.
I have one, and I wear it to the gym.
Yeah,
I don't
religiously.
have it. I constantly go to the Y. So
okay.
I barely go to the Shack because I like the pool, I like the sauna, I like all the other things.
I can't blame
you. I love the sauna too. There are some weekends where I'm like feeling a little bit lazy, but I need a break. I'll just go sit in the sauna,
and especially if you're hungover.
True. Sweat it out. Sweat it out.
Just make sure you're drinking lots of water.
Yeah.
And that somebody knows you're gone in there so you don't pass out.
True.
But it actually
cure for sickness.
It really is. And there actually is a lot of science with regards to sauna treatments and how good it is for your body. You know, so there is method to people's madness with regards to liking the sauna. Wonderful. But again, it's changing, that concept of fitness and what it means to be fit. It's, like I said, it's not this big muscle bound, big
to each their own, right? Like
to
whatever
each
works
their
for you.
Own, and as long as you're taking the necessary steps that you need to do to have a more active life, then that's what it's about, because it's about adapting, right? And having self-compassion and self-awareness.
Yeah. And I like what you said before about just living your life to
living
its
your
fullest potential, right? Like your best life.
That's it. And that's different things to different people.
Yeah.
If you want to be a gamer, right? Absolutely. Go ahead, be a gamer, but get off your ass every 5 minutes or 6 minutes.
Walk around.
You can, they're wireless.
It'll help you enjoy that gaming experience a little bit more, probably.
Right?
Probably.
My 11-year-old plays the games and stuff, and he don't sit. He has a sweat on because he's jumping up and down and this and that. He's talking to his buddies, and I'm exhausted just watching him. So don't tell me that you can't get active when you're playing games, because that's baloney. right? So again, it's like living that best life, whatever you choose to do.
Yeah. And having healthy snacks while you're playing video games too.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I will totally down a bag of Doritos on a Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, and hate myself for it in the morning. Why the hell did I do that? And then start drinking lots of water and blah, blah, blah. And it's that self-forgiveness, because sometimes you just need Doritos.
That's a big thing too, is not being hard on yourself. And then that's how you give up on your diet too, right? Because you're like, oh, I just ate all this stuff while I've been working so hard to be healthy. Like, what's the point?
And
but
I think, I heard a long time ago with regards to the power of 5, and it's like you have to take a look at the 5 people closest to you in your life, right? And are they helping you move forward, or are they keeping you back? Right, because those are going to be your most biggest influencers,
right?
And it's the same with nutrition and diet, right? And if and even bad habits, if you're trying to quit smoking and everybody around you is smoking,
probably
is that the best thing for you? You're going to hate yourself even more because you're setting yourself up for failure,
right?
So sometimes you just have to look at the people in your life, and do they have the same goals and values as you do? And sometimes you really just have to let people go,
make hard decisions to make it easier on yourself.
For sure.
You do.
College is really good for that too, finding those like-minded people.
It is. And it's hard. Like, I moved to Kingston 7 years ago, and Kingston, social-wise, is a really hard nut to crack. It really is. And trying to find those like-minded individuals, even at my age, can be really, really challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
But the college, it provides it for you. There's so many clubs here. There's so many teams. You just kind of have to tap into it and walk to the door.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's great advice.
Oh,
And,
see, I told you I could talk a lot.
I love it.
Well, Peggy, thank you so much for coming on.
And, thanks, guys, for having me.
I think that was a great little information session on how we can be a little more nutritious at St. Lawrence. So,
I definitely learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Hey, and if anybody has any questions, I'm on the student email. Somebody can just email me. And
so what's your email?
I think it's pbrogaard24 at St. Lawrence.
Perfect.
Here.
It'll probably be just right there.
Yeah. And like I said, and if anybody has any questions, concerns, or they just want to know whatever, feel free to please send me an email.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Great.
Well,
thank you so much.
Peggy.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. That was great.
That was awesome.
We learned a lot.
I hope you did too.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to her. We'll have her email at the bottom.
Or reach out to us at our Instagram, or our individual Instagrams, or the SA Voice Podcast Instagram.
Yeah, let us know what you think. And if there's anything you want to see more of moving forward, our handle on Instagram is at SA Voice Podcast. You can keep up with the podcast by tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud.
Woo!
Don't forget to leave us a message at extension 1677. And make sure to check out what's going on around the college. All the events are always posted on the bulletin boards around campus. You can go to the front desk at the Student Association, ask what's going on there. You can also find more information on the SA Instagram at SA_SLC, and also the website, which is saslc.ca. Awesome. I look forward to the next podcast.
Me too.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Cool.